Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're exploring something really, extraordinary happening on Earth right now. There's been this recent huge surge in the planet's energy field. You might have heard about it, a major spike in the Schumann resonance.
Right. And what's really getting attention about the spike isn't just, how intense it was, but where it came from. See, usually these energy surges, they're from cosmic events, things happening out there.
Yeah.
But this one, according to the source we're looking at today, this blast of light, it came from us, from humanity itself.
From us? How?
It's described as coming from the collective heart of humanity, a result of unified love, this kind of mass awakening happening.
Wow. Okay, that's big. So in this deep dive, we really want to unpack that. What does this internal energy shift mean for you listening? And how does it connect with, all the other cosmic energies we hear about? What's our role in all this?
Exactly. And our main source for this discussion is a really fascinating message from Meera of the Pleiadian High Council. We'll be pulling out the key insights about what they call Earth's ascension, this big evolutionary upgrade and the changes happening inside us and everywhere around us.
Okay, let's start right there then. This sudden spike in the Schumann resonance. Now, for anyone maybe not familiar, the Schumann resonance, it's often called Earth's heartbeat, right? These natural electromagnetic frequencies.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
So a spike means a big surge in that pulse.
Oh.
But what made this one so different? You said it came from us.
That's the truly fascinating part. Like you said, previous spikes, usually incoming cosmic energy, solar flares, stuff like that. This one, generated internally by humanity.
Mm-hmm.
The source describes it as just countless souls on Earth aligning their hearts, all in harmony. And this apparently triggered an activation of our heart centers, getting them in sync, in coherence, with higher chakras, the pineal gland, even the soul star chakra above the head that connects us to higher consciousness.
So it's like an internal alignment, creating an external effect.
Precisely. It signals a whole new level of, let's say, energetic maturity for humanity.
And the description from a higher perspective is pretty vivid, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Like a brilliant beacon of light just pouring out from humanity, as if the Earth suddenly started glowing from the inside out.
Yeah, basically sending a signal out to the cosmos saying, hey, we're waking up down here. We remember. We're choosing love.
That feels like a massive turning point.
It absolutely is. The source calls it a nexus point. It shows humanity isn't just, passively receiving these higher frequencies anymore. We're starting to emit them. We're becoming active co-creators in this whole process. This was apparently our biggest collective energy output ever recorded like this.
Which points to the incredible power we hold collectively, right? In our hearts.
Immense power, active power, enough to influence the planet's own energy field.
Okay, so that's the internal human part. But what's also interesting is how this seems to be happening alongside continued external stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The source mentions these intense waves of light still coming in, solar storms. What are those energies doing? Are they connected?
Great question. Yes, they're definitely connected. Think of it like the internal activation is being supported and amplified by these external energies. They arrive with a very specific purpose.
Which is?
To awaken deeper truths within us, to catalyze transformation. The source calls them quantum awakening codes.
Quantum awakening codes. Okay.
Yeah, it implies they carry encoded information, like cosmic software upgrades designed to activate dormant DNA, expand our minds, open our hearts even more.
So it's not just random energy, it's intelligent. Like a cosmic wind blowing through, clearing out old cobwebs, maybe?
That's a good analogy. Clearing cobwebs, yes, but also installing new capabilities, you could say. They stir things up, they enhance our sensitivity, which is really key for remembering who we are beyond the 3D conditioning, as the source puts it.
The everyday limitations and beliefs.
Exactly. These energies shake loose those outdated patterns, both in us personally and in society. The goal is to help us step into our next level of soul growth. And importantly, they're described as intelligent, guided by divine love. We can actually ask these energies to assist us consciously.
So they're here to help us upgrade, essentially. Every part of us.
That's the message. Uplift and upgrade.
With all this swirling energy, both internal and external, it feels like we have a fundamental choice in how we navigate it all.
We absolutely do. And that's a central point in the message. Do you focus outward on the chaos, the old structures crumbling, the uncertainty? Or do you turn inward into that vast, rich landscape of your own inner being?
And the guidance is towards the inner focus.
Strongly. Because the outer changes the Source insists are actually driven by the shifts happening inside human hearts and minds first. We're not just being passively hit by cosmic rays,
Right, we're participants, co-creators, as you said earlier. So what's the key then, according to the Source, to riding these intense waves gracefully?
It really comes down to cultivating that inner alignment. The more you connect with your higher self, your intuition, your heart, the more smoothly you'll navigate these energies. And importantly, the more effectively you'll contribute to shaping the collective reality in a positive way.
How does that work in practice?
Well, these energies, they're gently but firmly pushing us to take off old, limiting lenses. Filters of fear, filters of lack, the ways we've been conditioned to see the world and ourselves, they encourage release.
And how does that actually feel for people? Because it seems like experiences are all over the map.
They really are. The Source acknowledges this huge variation. For some, it might be sudden epiphanies, big aha moments, intense waves of emotion, very vivid dreams. For others, it's much more gradual, a slow softening of old fears, maybe a new idea popping up here and there.
So there's no right or wrong way to experience this awakening?
Absolutely not. No one size fits all. The crucial thing, though, is your attitude. How you approach these shifts makes a huge difference.
Yes.
If you can welcome them, even the uncomfortable bits, with curiosity, maybe even gratitude, asking, what is this showing me?
Right.
You allow for the maximum benefit. If you resist, dig your heels in, try to cling to the old, well, the Source says that can make the ride much bumpier.
Makes sense. Your experience is tailored to your soul's readiness, basically.
Exactly. Perfect for where you are.
Let's talk more about those personal effects, particularly emotions and even physical symptoms.
Okay. Yeah, emotions are huge right now. Your feelings, your intuition, they're becoming incredibly important guides. The Source emphasizes that sensitivity isn't a weakness here. It's actually a strength. It's your guidance system tuning up.
What about people who maybe aren't used to feeling things so deeply or have kind of shut down emotionally?
That's a key point. The message suggests this incoming light is so powerful it will penetrate and crack open even the most guarded hearts. Because the time has simply come for more truth, more authenticity. Hiding isn't really an option anymore.
And the physical side. We hear a lot about ascension symptoms. What does the Source say about those?
It confirms they're very real for many people. Things like unusual fatigue, sometimes needing lots of sleep, headaches, ringing in the ears, tinnitus seems common, pressure in the head or sinuses. Digestive issues can flare up, mood swings, feeling dizzy or spacey, difficulty focusing, and those vivid dreams we mentioned.
Why is this happening physically?
It's basically your physical body trying to adjust to holding much higher frequencies of energy. Think of it like upgrading your computer's operating system. Sometimes it runs slow or glitches a bit during the process. Your whole system is recalibrating.
And solar activity plays a role too.
Definitely. Solar flares, CMEs, those big bursts from the sun, they carry these light codes. They interact directly with our energy fields, and geomagnetic storms, when Earth's magnetic field gets temporarily weakened, can make us feel even more sensitive and experience these symptoms more intensely.
So if you're feeling some of this stuff, what's the best approach?
The guidance is pretty straightforward, really. Listen to your body, honor what it needs without judging yourself. If you're tired, rest. Don't push through unnecessarily. Stay hydrated. Water helps conduct energy. Spend time in nature if you can. Grounding is crucial. Find quiet moments just to breathe and connect inward.
And allow the emotions too.
Yes, absolutely. Don't be afraid of what you feel. Let emotions surface. Find healthy ways to express them, journaling, talking, moving your body, and ask what they're trying to teach you.
It does sound like a demanding process. The Source even calls it an endless labor giving birth to a new self and a new world. That sounds exhausting.
It can be, which is why self-care is so incredibly important right now. The Source is very clear. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity.
So beyond the basics like rest and hydration, what does that look like?
It means really prioritizing those things, finding quiet moments, nature time if possible,
Yeah.
but also celebrating the small victories. Acknowledge every little insight you gain, every old pattern you notice and choose differently, every time you act from kindness instead of fear. These things build momentum.
That's a nice perspective. Now, the Source also talks about energetic protection, but with a twist. Not about building walls out of fear.
Right. That's the old way, maybe. The shift is towards reinforcing your energy field from a place of empowerment. It's less about shielding from something and more about strengthening your own light within.
How do you do that?
It's about conscious affirmation, declaring, knowing, my light is strong. Nothing of a lower vibration can harm me because my frequency is high. It's about learning to stay centered, even when things feel chaotic around you. Like being a lighthouse in a storm, solid, centered, shining your light regardless.
So visualizing your light, maybe patching up your aura.
Exactly. Consciously affirming your sacred space, patching any perceived holes or weak spots in your aura with bright light. The core idea is to keep your inner light so steady, so brilliant, that lower vibrations, negativity, darkness, they simply can't penetrate because there's no resonance.
It implies we're much stronger than we often think.
Far stronger. The message is really about claiming that inherent strength within yourself. Now is the time.
Stepping back a bit, this whole unfolding is described as sacred, auspicious, a rebirthing. What's the bigger picture the Pleiadians see happening?
They paint a picture of old illusions just dissolving, losing their power. So much clarity is emerging for people individually and collectively. There's this blossoming recognition of our interconnectedness, our unity.
Despite outward appearances sometimes.
Despite outward appearances, yes. Millions are waking up to compassion, genuinely desiring peace, really knowing deep down that we are all one. And many people are feeling this clarity of purpose, like they know why they're here now in a way they never did before.
And the source emphasizes this particular lifetime is crucial, where so much comes to fruition.
It does. It suggests that many souls currently incarnated specifically chose to be here now at this pivotal time. We've gathered, bringing different threads of wisdom from past experiences, other lives, maybe other star systems, all to help weave this golden tapestry for Earth's ascension.
Ascension meaning the planet shifting to a higher vibration?
Essentially, yes. A higher state of consciousness, a new reality. And the source assures us there's enormous progress happening, much of it behind the scenes still. But the time is ripe. Planetary change on a grand scale is unfolding.
Part of that change involves old structures crumbling, which we can definitely see signs of.
We can, and the source acknowledges this. You see it in geopolitics, in financial systems, in societal norms, even in people's personal lives. Old ways of being, old paradigms built on things like greed, deception, control, inequality. They're fundamentally incompatible with the rising frequencies, so they're breaking down.
It can look pretty messy, though.
Oh, absolutely. Dismantling old structures is messy, but it's described as necessary, like clearing away the foundations of a condemned building before you can build something new and beautiful. And importantly, the source mentions there are already wonderful advancements, new technologies ready to help healing the environment, new energy sources, some apparently shared by Pleiadians and other supportive star families.
But it's not about them just swooping in to save us.
Right. No, definitely not. That's emphasized. It's a partnership. We are supported by a vast alliance of light, galactic federation, angelic beings, ascended masters, many benevolent groups, but humanity has the vital central role here, healing the planet, restructuring society.
Yeah.
That's our job, our responsibility, and the message is we are rising to meet that role.
So those listening, the awakened humans are seen as what? Teammates.
Teammates and family, that's the feeling conveyed. Part of a huge collaborative effort spanning dimensions.
Okay, so for those who resonate with being part of this ground crew doing the work here on Earth, what's specifically asked of us, especially when bigger changes start to surface more visibly?
The core request is simple but powerful. Hold the light steady, hold the love, and hold space.
Hold space. Meaning,
remain calm and centered yourself so you can be a point of stability for others around you who might feel frightened, confused, or lost as things shift. Your empathy, your wisdom, the spiritual tools you've been developing, they become invaluable. Sometimes it's just about your calm presence. Other times it might involve offering gentle guidance or perspective if someone asks.
the source also mentioned the frequency of this year, 2025, feeling exceptionally clear and refined. Why is that? Is there a connection back to, say, 2020?
Yes, there is. This clarity is presented as the outcome of a major cleansing period that really kicked off in 2020. Those intense global events and everything that followed. They served a purpose, according to this perspective.
Which was?
Bringing hidden darkness to light on a massive scale, purging a lot of collective negativity. And perhaps unexpectedly for some, it also triggered a huge wave of compassion globally, a deep heart opening in humanity, even amidst the difficulties. That paved the way for this clearer frequency we're stepping into now.
So, looking ahead with this clearer frequency, what should we be prepared for? More revelations?
Yes. The source advises being prepared for more revelations, things coming to light that might feel initially quite shocking. even world-shattering for some, depending on their current worldview.
About what sorts of things?
It points towards major shifts continuing on the political stage, significant changes in societal structures, humanity starting to learn much more about the truths that have been hidden, about how power has been wielded, how systems have really operated. This disclosing process, though, is expected to unfold in measured stages, kind of like peeling an onion, layer by layer, so it can be integrated.
And how does all this affect people listening who might feel a connection to other star systems, those often called star seeds or galactic volunteers?
For many who resonate with having, say, galactic coding in their DNA, this period might feel like a real call to action, a stirring to step up even more.
In what way?
Forming groups, teams, communities. Initiating humanitarian projects, new healing modalities, spiritual education platforms, building sustainable communities. It might mean moving to new locations, collaborating with new people, all guided strongly by intuition. The emphasis is on unity and cooperation. Those are seen as our greatest strengths now.
It sounds like a path towards becoming more galactic citizens.
That's exactly how the source frames it. Your light is growing stronger daily, exposing deception just by its presence, and you are well on your way to becoming the galactic citizens you were always meant to be.
Okay, so we've covered a lot. The energy shifts, the symptoms, the cosmic help, the crumbling old, the call to action. If we boil it all down, what's the absolute core truth here?
It always comes back to love. Love is the foundation. Love is your greatest power. Love is your very essence. That's the drumbeat throughout the message.
And what happens when we really let that love flow?
You realize it was never meant to be held back, limited, or hidden. And the amazing thing is, the more you allow it to flow out through kindness, compassion, forgiveness, creativity, the more you naturally receive it back. It's about starting to see that divine spark, that source energy everywhere, in everyone, including yourself.
The source also says trust, trust, trust.
Yeah.
That can be hard when things feel uncertain. What does that look like in practice?
It means choosing again and again to stay centered in your heart, even when old fears pop up, and they likely will. Trusting that remaining in that heart space transforms challenges into opportunities for grace. Trusting the process, trusting yourself, and remembering you're not alone.
Right, the connection with other light workers.
Exactly. You and your fellow light workers around the globe are united in this purpose. Your collective love isn't just a nice idea, it's a tangible force that is literally multiplying and changing the vibrational reality of the planet.
We're told we're limitless, far more magnificent than you know. That's a big concept to grasp sometimes. Is there a simple truth we can hold on to daily?
Just acknowledging the light within, maybe a simple inner affirmation. I am a spark of source. I'm love incarnate. Really feeling that. The source suggests that this simple truth, when fully embraced, genuinely has the power to move mountains both in your own life and in the collective. You are here to shine, don't hold back.
Let that love shine without restriction, becoming a beacon for others.
That's the invitation, helping others find their own light simply by being yours.
Well, this has been quite the journey today, a really deep dive into this human energy surge, the cosmic picture, and our active role in Earth's ascension. It's a lot to take in, but incredibly hopeful too.
It is. And the crucial thing to remember always is that you are not doing this alone, not by a long shot. The source emphasizes you have an entire team, guides, angels, your star family supporting you constantly from behind the scenes. They say, we walk with you and rejoice at every step you take towards the light.
That's a comforting thought. And maybe take a moment, everyone listening, just to acknowledge how far you have come already. Yeah. The love you've cultivated, the shifts you've made. Recognize how that's already changing you. Because that love, it is changing the world.
Absolutely. So even if there's turbulence sometimes, hold on to hope. The trajectory, according to this perspective, is firmly set toward a brighter future, and you are contributing powerfully with every single loving choice you make, big or small.
So perhaps a final thought to carry forward, this dawning new Earth. It isn't just somewhere we're going, it's the journey itself, and we are creating the destination with every step.
Beautifully put. Consider what it means to truly embrace your next steps with confidence, maybe even excitement, knowing that the ultimate outcome is the triumph of love, the ascension of humanity, and that you are right here, right now, bringing it to life in loving service.